There was a mass stabbing today.
Oh, that's light.
20 people got stabbed.
That's a good thing to bring us in on.
How does that occur?
You'd think after the first stab, you'd be like, fuck, stay away from the guy with the knife.
Maybe he was really
He's stabbing
nimble,
people.
Though. Like if you can like swing in the rafters and like, you know, jump down.
Well,
like,
god damn it.
Maybe it's just sneaky all day and you're like, oh, I got stabbed. By who? I don't even know. I didn't see him.
I'm not going to report it because I can't direct the police anywhere. That's not helpful. Then I'm just I'm wasting their time.
Wasting government money.
I got stabbed. By who? I don't know. Then why are you wasting our time? We have handcuffs for arresting.
And they found him and he tried to stab himself in the head. That's how. Get it? That's how shootings end.
La 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 la. Here we go. It's the Bible reloaded, logic explosion, like Jesus and Moses, but it's Hugo and Jake. The Bible is cheating, and most of it taken, so get educated with Hugo and Jake. Pull up a pew and stop what you're doing. It's Bible reloaded time. They call it debated, the theists will hate it. I'm talking to taken, but it's Hugo and Jake. So I'm with the show then, it's not candy coated, it's the Bible reloaded with Hugo and Jake.
Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
And this is the Bible Reloaded.
And I'm your favorite.
So today we're going to be looking at one of the, let's say, B stories in the Bible.
I call it an A-.
Okay, A- story. Samson.
Samson.
Yeah. You know, the guy who's kind of buff because of his hair.
Right. Who will be played by?
Arnold.
Arnold! Yeah. That's my Arnold.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I will be playing Samson.
Okay. So last time, nothing of importance to this story happened, so we're just gonna go ahead and move on.
I mean, if you want to catch up, people were murdered.
Gideon died. That's about it.
Judges,
Yep.
and that's what happens.
So now we start in Judges chapter 13, the birth of Samson. Again the Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord, so the Lord delivered them into the hands of the Philistines for 40 years.
Because it's reasonable to do so.
Based on the track record for the Hebrews, man, they're doing really well right now. They've been constant for at least a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
Since, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say this is a direct line of Judaism back to at least New Testament times, so that's 2,000 years of constancy. Good job, Jews.
Constancy as far as ebb and flow of in and out of slavery.
That's fair, I guess.
Yeah.
A certain man of Zorah, named Manoah, from the clan of the Danites, had a wife who was childless, unable to give birth.
Dumb bitch. How's your womb?
Barren. The angel of the Lord appeared to her and said, "You are barren and childless." Ooh.
Ouch.
Burn.
Fact.
But you are going to become pregnant and give birth to a son. Now see it that you drink no wine or other fermented drink.
Because that baby will come out crazy.
And that you do not drink anything unclean. You will become pregnant and have a son whose head is never to be touched by a razor, because that boy is a Nazarite, dedicated to God from the womb.
Does everyone know what a Nazarite is?
We talked about it before. Basically, they're people who are anointed.
Yeah, to be like head priests.
Yeah.
And they're never to shave.
And the woman went to her husband and told him, "A man of God came to me. He looked like an angel of God. Very awesome." I didn't ask him where he came from, and he didn't tell me his name. So
not an angel.
So,
probably a guy.
It was an innocuous, just generic conversation I had with a guy.
He's pretty attractive, though, obviously.
But he said to me, "You will become pregnant and have a son." See, that sounds like a rape threat to me.
Yeah,
not
that sounds
an
like
angel.
she got roofied and doesn't remember.
Now then, drink no wine or other fermented drink, and do not eat anything unclean, because the boy will be a Nazarite of God from the womb until the day of his death.
Also, birth defects are an issue.
Yeah, see, again, they're saying don't eat unclean animals, but they're already not supposed to. Is that a
Right.
lax rule that they're like, no, but for real this time,
Yeah.
don't eat those? Then Manoah prayed to the Lord, "Pardon your servant, Lord, I beg you, let the man of God you sent to us come again to teach us how to bring up the boy who is to be born."
Also, so I can make sure this man isn't trying to step all over my wife.
So, God did not leave them enough instruction, so he's like,
Right.
"Can you clarify this?" Which I'm surprised more people don't
Because
do.
at this point, he's already checked out of the whole "I'm going to be a father" thing, and he's like, I don't have to ever have to deal with that. He didn't read any of the parenting books, and so he's going to
Dr. Spock.
Dr. Spock.
Dr. Spock.
What?
That's a parenting. He's a parenting. He's like a famous
Oh,
parenting book guy.
You could have easily gone The mustache. Dr. Phil?
He's not a parenting specialist, though.
He's a human being specialist, I'll have you know.
I no longer have a license to practice psychology.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good Phil.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Anyways.
Verse 9. God heard Manoah, as he should, because he's supposed to be omnipresent.
Yeah.
And the angel of God came again to the woman while she was out in the field and said, "What?" No, he didn't say that. But her husband Manoah was not with her. The woman hurried to tell her husband, "He's there, the man who appeared to me the other day." Manoah got up and followed his wife. Here's what I'd like to think. I'd like to think that this woman told her husband she was barren, or she thought she was barren. So she had an affair.
Yeah.
Got pregnant, and then was like, "Oh shit!" And then was like,
Oops.
"Guy I'm cheating with, you have to pretend to be an angel." And every time we'll just say you magically appeared, and
Yeah.
then I'll run in there and tell him you magically appeared, and he'll come out. He's really stupid. It's fine. "Are you the man who talked to my wife?" "I am," he said. So Manoah asked him, "When your words are fulfilled, what is the rule that governs the boy's life and work?" God damn it, that's a
loaded question.
Basically asking, what is this boy's purpose? Why are any of us here, really?
Yeah, deep.
The angel of the Lord answered, "Your wife must do all that I have told her. She must not eat anything that blah 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 blah. No alcohol and no fucking unclean animals. We get it."
Also, she has to meet me on Fridays for checkups. Vaginal checkups. With my penis.
Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, "We would like you to stay until we prepare a young goat for you."
No, thank you, the angel said, and he went on his way.
The angel of the Lord replied, "Even though you detain me, I will not eat any of your food."
Detain? You're in the middle of a field. Maybe he's getting threatened at this time.
But if you prepare a burnt offering, offer it to the Lord. Manoah did not realize that it was the angel of the Lord. Wait, what?
Didn't they discuss this?
They already fucking said this.
Manoah isn't bright. I guess we pointed that out already.
Then Manoah inquired of the angel of the Lord, "What is your name, so that we may honor you when your word comes true?"
And then he says the most awesome thing I've ever heard.
He replied, Why do you ask my name? It is beyond understanding."
Holy shit!
Superscript, though, over understanding. He either said it is beyond understanding or it is wonderful.
So his name's like Cleo, but like a guy with a K.
Yeah. My name's Cleo. What's his last name?
Cleo Patrick.
My name is Cleo. Cleo Patrick. Ta-da!
Here I am, and I'm not gay. Hey, I'm banging your wife, but God says it's okay. So Cleopatra's gonna be our gay angel from now on, I suppose. that kind of just happened organically. It was good.
Then Manoah took a young goat together with the grain offering and sacrificed it on a rock to the Lord. And the Lord did an amazing thing while Manoah and his wife watched. As the flame blazed up from the altar towards heaven, the angel of the Lord ascended in the flame. Seeing this, Manoah and his wife fell with their faces to the ground. When the angel of the Lord did not show himself again to Manoah and his wife, Manoah realized that he had taken some really bad shrooms.
And also met David Blaine.
Yeah. Manoah realized that it was the angel of the Lord, which took him for fucking ever. Yeah. Christ, man. "We are doomed to die," he said to his wife. "We have seen God."
No, that was Cleopatra, actually. Nice guy, nice fellow. Symmetrical penis. Strikingly symmetrical.
Verse 23, "But his wife answered, If the Lord had meant to kill us, he would not have accepted a burnt offering and grain offering from our hands, nor shown us all these things, or told us this." Fair.
Okay.
The woman gave birth to a boy and
that
named him...
minute.
Oh, God. I was wrong. He's splitting me in half, starting at my crotch. The woman gave birth to a boy and named him Samson. He grew and the Lord blessed him, and the Spirit of the Lord began to stir in him while he was in Mahanadan, between Zorah and Eshtaol.
Yeah. Do you think when Jesus was born, I know this is off topic, but do you think when Jesus was born, because Mary was like 14 years old, and there was a lot of stress on her and they didn't know about things, do you think, and this happens sometimes, do you think she pooped on him?
Oh, I guarantee Mary must have shit all over Jesus. 80% of all births are accompanied by a poop. So, just one single poop, just poop. It sounds like that, too.
But Jesus' sound different way. Poop. Highbrow stuff.
Poop jokes.
Yeah.
Pooping on Jesus jokes. Chapter 14, Samson's Marriage. The Bible now skips over all of his childhood, and now he's just a man.
Much like Jesus.
Samson went down to Timnah and saw there a young Philistine woman. When he returned, he said to his father and mother,
I have seen a Philistine woman in Timnah. Now get her to me for my wife.
I don't think that's how it works usually. Don't you have to like go down to the sock hop and get some malts and exchange locks of hair?
So, I'm gonna paint a picture.
Let's do it.
Let's say we're down at the
Paint
mall.
like Bob Ross, baby.
It's 1986.
Sure.
It's 1986. We're at Orange Julius in the mall.
Okay.
I told you I'm painting a fucking picture.
Okay, I'm telling you, just Bob Ross the shit out of this.
Okay, we're at Orange Julius. We're about to get a Wetzel's pretzel.
Okay. Am I the lady?
You can be the lady.
What's my name?
It doesn't matter.
Probably Becky. It's the 86.
I'm not going to talk to you, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, all right.
So I have my my flipped up collar, my mesh tank top, which has a flipped up collar, by the way. So.
Nice. It's one and the same.
I'm very 80s.
And then you see
wearing
me,
one glove.
You see me in my high-rise jeans.
I'm wearing Ray-Bans, but not ironically. So I'm about to go down to the arcade with my boys to play some Galaga.
Yeah.
With my Rush mixtape, and I see you.
Yeah.
Across the food court.
Yeah, and I'm over there, and I'm talking with Becky about the new Madonna album that just dropped, and I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm also probably gonna get a Snap bracelet today at the mall. That's why I'm here. And then I don't see you because I don't like mesh.
And then I go home and I say to my parents, "Hey, I saw this bitch at the mall. I'm gonna marry her. Can you arrange that?" And that's what just happened.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Also,
No.
how are you going to find her again? Is my question, Samson.
Maybe he tagged her. Maybe he shot a blow dart into her neck.
We'll tag her for later. She's beautiful. Ah, stingray. Crikey, I've been stabbed in the heart by a stingray.
Yeah, that's good. You have a good Aussie. You
Yeah.
should do Aussie more often.
Yeah.
That's the one accent. You got that one.
Adam Reeks.
Adam Reeks podcast.
Adam Reeks podcast.
Adam, how's your penis? He asks me that every time we talk. Hello, Jacob. How's your penis?
His father and mother replied, "Isn't there an acceptable woman among your relatives or among all the people?
You know, your cousin's pretty hot.
Must you go to the uncircumcised Philistines to get a wife?" So the only thing that bothers them about the Philistines, the people with dick turtlenecks.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Maybe it's because it, gets cheesy.
Maybe. But Samson said to his father,
Get her for me. She's right. She's the right one for me. Ah!
His parents did not know that this was from the Lord, who was seeking an occasion to confront the Philistines, for at that time they were ruling over Israel.
Fucking with Samson's free will.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
We can't drive this home, and I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many. Just mark that one down, too.
Samson went down to Timnah together with his father and mother. As they approached the vineyards of Timnah, suddenly a young lion came roaring towards him.
Rawr!
As lions do. The Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him, so that he tore the lion apart with his bare hands as he might have torn apart a young goat.
Wait a second. Normal Jews during that time took goats and just fucking ripped them in half like it was nothing?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That happened in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
They ripped a goat in half?
The musical.
Oh, yeah, they do in the
They rip
musical,
it apart.
yeah.
They ripped its limbs off. So this is apparently a thing that happens.
Yeah. But by the way, that's pretty badass, I have to say.
But he told neither his father nor his mother what he had done.
Wait the fuck.
Did they fucking go to take a dump?
They were together 1 second ago. As they approached the vineyards of Timnah, suddenly a young lion came roaring toward him, but he told neither his father nor mother what he had done. Were they just really neglectful parents and fuck it, I don't care. There's a lion, we better not look. I don't know how
By
it
the
happened.
glory of the Lord.
And then his dad has to, go to him and be like, you can't do that all the time. And then they have to make a code, and then he decides to murder serial killers.
Yeah. Dexter. Verse 7. Then he went down and talked to the woman. He liked her.
You don't have a conversation?
Sometime later, when he went back to marry her, the woman he had one conversation with, he turned aside to look at the lion's carcass.
Wait, what? It's still there?
Yeah.
How long has this been? It's probably been a day.
Probably.
Sometime later.
And in it, he saw a swarm of bees and some honey. He scooped out the honey with his hands and ate as he went along.
He's a fucking nut job.
Yeah, lion, I eat honey out of your dead body carcass. Next time you shouldn't be so dead.
When he rejoined his parents, he gave them some, and they ate too. I'd like to think he did not tell them, hey, this honey came out of a dead lion corpse.
Yeah.
But he did not tell them that he had taken the honey from the lion's carcass. Now his father went down to see the woman, and there Samson held a feast, as was customary for young men. When the people saw him, they chose 30 men to be his companions.
What? These are gonna be your friends now. Okay.
Let me tell you a riddle, said to them. Samson, what is best in life?
To destroy your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of their women.
Conan joke.
Let me tell you a riddle, Samson said to them. If you can give me the answer within 7 days of the feast, I will give you 30 linen garments and 30 sets of clothes. If you can't tell me the answer, you must give me 30 linen garments and 30 sets of clothes.
He's just planning on balling out. That's what he's doing.
Tell us your riddle, they said. Let's hear it. He replied.
Out of the eater, something to eat. Out of the the strong, something sweet. It rhymes. It rhymes so you get it better.
For 3 days they could not give the answer. On the 4th day, they said to Samson's wife, coax your husband into explaining the riddle for us.
Blowjob.
We will burn you and your father's household to death. Holy shit.
That
Fucking
escalation.
Edward Nygma does not take riddles as seriously as these people. Do you invite us here to steal our property?
What?
You agreed to the bet, asshole. Then Samson's wife threw herself on him, sobbing, You hate me. You don't really love me. You've given my people a riddle, but you haven't told them the answer. That's how fucking riddles work, bitch.
Okay.
If I said to you, hey, what's black and white and red all over a newspaper? That's not a riddle. That's a shitty anecdote.
Yeah.
I haven't even explained it to my father or mother, so why should I explain it to you, bitch? Grope.
She cried the whole 7 days of the feast, so on the 7th day he finally told her because she continued to press him. She in turn explained the riddle to her people.
Bitch.
Before sunset over the 7th day, the men of the town said to him, What is sweeter than honey? What is stronger than a lion? Samson said to them,
If you had not plowed with my heifer, you would not have solved my riddle, because that makes sense. Heifer!
He's calling his wife a heifer, basically.
Yeah. Did they bang her? I don't. Plowed his heifer? I don't know.
When the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him, he went down to Eshkelon, struck down 30 of their men, stripped them of everything, and gave their clothes to those who had explained the riddle. Burning with anger, he returned to his home, and Samson's wife was given to one of his companions who had attended him at the feast.
Here, have my woman. I have no need for her. But you are my best friend, so I will have to see her, and it will be awkward. And then when I go to teach kindergarten, I will have this weird relationship situation.
So, here's what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Samson lost the bet. It's like, fuck, now I gotta give these people clothes. Where am I gonna get clothes? Guess I'll have to go kill some people and bring them back clothes from the dead people. Now we move on to chapter 15, Samson's vengeance on the Philistines.
For the riddle?
Yes, he's very mad that they solved the riddle, because I don't think he understands what a riddle is.
How does riddle work? Lamentations! Now I lament. Now I lament.
Later on, at the time of wheat harvest, Samson took a young goat and went to visit his wife. He
Come,
said,
goat!
I'm going to my wife's room, but her father would not let him in, mostly because he was trying to take himself and a goat to his wife's room. I was so sure you hated her, he said. Then I gave her to your companion.
Wait, what?
Isn't her younger sister more attractive? Take her instead.
You're right. The young one better.
Samson said to them,
This time I have the right to get even with the Philistines. I will really harm them, like I'm going to slap them in the neck bone.
So he went out and caught 300 foxes and tied them tail to tail in pairs. So we have
a three-legged fox race.
150 pairs of foxes tied tail to tail. He then fastened a torch to every pair of tails, so that's 300 torches. Lit the torches.
No, every pair, so 150 torches.
Oh, sorry, you're right. 150 torches. He lit the torches and let the foxes loose in the standing grain of the Philistines.
That is so much more elaborate than just throwing all 150 torches in the middle of the field, letting fire take care of the spread.
He burned up the shocks and Weird. He burned up the shocks and standing grain together with the vineyards and olive groves. So because they solved a riddle,
yeah, this guy is.
He burns down their entire...
By the way, Bible hero?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
When the Philistines asked who did this, they were told, Samson. the Timonite's son-in-law because his wife was given to his companion.
No, that's not why.
So the Philistines went up and burned her and her father to death.
Because that'll stop the escalation.
Samson said to them,
Since you've acted like this, I swear that I won't stop until I get my revenge on you.
he attacked them viciously and slaughtered many of them. Then he went down and stayed in the cave in the rock of Etam.
I am in the cave of emotions.
The Philistines went up and camped in Judah, spreading out near Lehi. The people of Judah asked, "Why have you come to fight us?" "We have come to take Samson prisoner," they answered, "to do to him as he did to us." Then 3,000 men from Judah went down to the cave in the rock of Etam and said to Samson, "Don't you realize that the Philistines are rulers over us? What have you done to us?" He answered,
I merely did to them what they did to me.
They said to him, "We've come to tie you up and hand you over to the Philistines." Samson said,
Swear to me that you won't kill me yourselves.
Agre-
Swear! Swear to me!
Agreed, they answered. "We will only tie you up and hand you over to them. We will not kill you." So they bound him with 2 new ropes, they're new ropes, so you know they're strong, and led him from the rock. As he approached Lehi, the Philistines came up toward him, shouting. The Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him. The ropes on his arms became like charred flax, and the bindings dropped from his hands. Finding a fresh jawbone of a donkey, because apparently the streets of fucking the Middle East are strewn with donkey corpses.
This one's not fresh, I need a fresh jawbone.
He grabbed it and struck down 1,000 men. Then Samson said,
With a donkey's jawbone, I have made donkeys of them. With a donkey's jawbone, I have killed 1,000 men. This probably didn't rhyme in Hebrew.
When he finished speaking, he threw away the jawbone at the place called Ramath Lehi. Because he was very thirsty, he cried out to the Lord,
You have given me your servant this great victory. Must I now die of thirst and fall into the hands of the uncircumcised with a turtleneck wee-wees?
Then God opened up the hollow place in Lehi, and water came out of it. When Samson drank, his strength returned, and he revived.
The hollow place?
So the spring was called En-Hakor, and it is still there in Lehi.
Doubtful.
Samson led Israel for 20 years in the days of the Philistines. So he got captured, broke the ropes, and killed everyone with a jawbone of a donkey.
Yeah.
This is the most badass character I've seen in the Bible so far.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I get the appeal. He's like the Terminator, mixed with Conan and the Kindergarten Cop.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nut job. Scary guy.
Yep.
He's the type of guy that you only hang out with for fear that he hangs out with someone else that hates you.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for watching.
And thanks everyone that's been donating. You guys are awesome. If you want to donate and help us out, which would be fucking incredible,
Yep.
go to patreon.com/TBR and we'll send you cool things. You can do $1.
Yep, just pledge like $1 an episode, or you can set that as $1 an episode, but like 1 per month, so it'd be $1 a month, basically.
Yeah. Whatever you guys
People
want
have
to
been doing that, and that's really nice. I appreciate that.
Oh, and by the way, if you get like the $15 one, you do not have to stay there to get your book. Just do it one cycle and then go down. I mean, granted, I'm happy to get your money. I'm just like, don't want to rip you off on accident.
Yep. So you can follow us on Twitter at Bible Reloaded.
Or at Hugo Reloaded.
And I think that's it.
That does sound like it's it.
Thanks everyone who's been subscribing recently. By now we're at 20,000, and that's pretty great. That's far more than I ever thought we'd get to.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Seriously.
Hopefully we're going to continue to grow in the future. And I mean, seriously, if you can share this with people, if you like it, tell people about it. If you don't like it, tell people about it. I don't care.
Yeah.
So,
we like adversity.
Yeah. That's it for now. I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
And this has been the Bible Reloaded.
And next week, we asked Milton Bradley why they called him Mr. Potato Head and not Mr. Potato Entire Body.